It's actually been almost a week, probably about a week, since I've been able to make a video. And I don't know why you guys are complaining over there. Go away. Look at these. Complaining at me for interrupting their sleep schedule, which I understand they want to be in their coop sleeping. But I've been so busy, I haven't been able to make a video. I've just been non-stop here. And I really needed to come out here and candle these eggs. It's probably going to be the first moment of silence I've had all week. So I figured, why not come out here and kind of do so with the camera. Now, I've heard of having 2 broody ducks sharing a nest, but I've never until earlier today seen 3 ducks sharing a nest at one time. So I have 3 hens right here, all broody, and they even have 2 baby chickens underneath them that they've been really protective of, which is actually kind of funny. It looks like they have the 2 little naked neck sisters. So I really need to candle these eggs and see how they're doing, because we've gone from 12 eggs to like 16 or 17, and I don't see any other eggs anywhere in the coop or yard, which means that they have eggs on them that were recently laid, or under them, should I say, that were recently laid. And I really need to get them out, because what's going to happen is the older eggs will hatch first, and then the other eggs will only be partially fertilized when the moms finally take their babies off to eat for the first time. That means a nest of half-fertilized eggs will end up being abandoned here. So it really is a waste. It makes more sense for me to collect the eggs that are still good, or still good but not started developing yet, and either put them in the kitchen to cook with, and then whatever is left that's not far enough in the incubation period, whenever they finish being broody and take the babies off, I can throw in the incubator. But realistically, some of these are probably going to be not as far along as the rest, but still too far along to take in the kitchen, because it's been so hot and it was rainy for over a week, just non-stop rain, which is a lot of the reason why I wasn't doing anything outside whatsoever. But I'm a little nervous, because I tried just looking under one of these hens earlier and she lost it on me. And until recently, I'd never been bit by a duck before. And one of my drakes bit me when I was trying to move him into a different pen, and I had a pretty good sized bruise on it. I think I actually made a little short video about it. But yeah, I had a pretty good little bruise on me, so it was not pleasant. My geese are standing behind me. They've never bit me before, but they are making me nervous, kind of. Look, I'll show you. Just kind of hanging out like, what are you doing? Really close. They have little teeth on their tongue, so it wouldn't feel good if they bite. They like to bite and pull, similar to what ducks do who don't have teeth. They just kind of have sandpaper pads in their mouth, but they also twist and pull. So what I'm going to do is try to push one of these mamas over. The problem is that now we've gone from having 1 big nest to having at least 2 little nests built up, maybe 3, and they've split the eggs. Let me actually show you, and she'll probably hiss at me and be upset, because this is the first one to go broody. And you can see there are quite a bit of eggs underneath these girls. Actually, back when you don't even have eggs, so what are you doing on the nest? Or you have 1 really big egg. You know, if I didn't know that the goose was not laying eggs anymore, I would seriously think that some of these are huge for ducks. Are you hissing at me? You're hissing at me? I'm sorry you're upset, sweet girl. Okay, so let me see. I'm trying to set my phone in a way that you'll be able to see the nest and I can still candle the eggs. Truthfully, my phone will probably fall over at some point, so hey, I really need to see which ones are good or not. So some of these actually, I don't see anything in. So like this one, I don't know if you'll be able to see with the light on. I may have to temporarily turn off the flash on my camera? Let me try to do that and see what happens. Oh, it doesn't stop recording. How lovely. Okay, so this one doesn't look like it's even started yet. So this is probably one of the newest eggs to be on there. It's not even started incubating. Hey, stop stealing the eggs, girl. The back duck's hissing at me, and she's trying to steal all the eggs from the bird. Okay, so here's another one. I don't see a heartbeat yet, but it does. Oh no. Hey, you stop stealing the eggs back. They're all trying to steal them back. I'm trying not to get. Ow! I got it. She got my fingers right then. She's not happy with me, but I really need. I'm sorry, guys. I keep dropping the phone. I really need to check these eggs, and she's not having it. She actually is getting my light in my hands because I'm touching the eggs. Okay, so this one. Will you stop trying to bat the flashlight, you little psycho? So this one actually, I'm trying not to get my hands in there, okay? I really don't like getting bit on my fingers because I use my hands so much. That one actually, the one she drug way over there underneath her, actually is fertilized and is developing. Really? That's very rude. Stop it. Look. Stop it. Move your big head. So this one you can see is actually really far along compared to the other two, which aren't. And she seriously just stole all of these eggs. Well, how very dare you. She's not happy, and now the other mama duck's of course not happy because this stink bug still, oh geez. Okay, so, stop. This is one of the issues I was worried about. Look at this. Look how much further this duck egg is than all the other eggs. It's actually, I'm trying to grab it. Stop! They have such long necks. I know. I feel bad for her because I know she just wants to protect her nest, right? That's instinct for these mamas to be protective. Let me apologize in advance to anyone watching this on the TV. I know that it's probably like all kinds of shaken up from the phone falling and them kind of grabbing it. Oh, jeez. This is not as easy as I thought. It's easy when there's just one broody mama. When there's three, to have these two on the nest right now, and then one over in the corner waiting for me to be done. And of course the one in the corner is my more gentle mama. So here, let me see, move the phone away. So I had to kind of move the phone away because of course she was trying to get me. She's not happy, but here's this egg, and here, it's actually pretty well along. You can see it's very dark all the way through the egg, and I actually can't see much more than a light up there, and that means this egg is really full with a baby, and nothing has gone in it. So, yeah, this egg's really far along, and that's kind of what I was worried about, is how this egg is already all the way full and getting close to hatch. And compared to like this egg, which looks like it's actually freshly laid, it's clear all the way through. Any darkness you're seeing like this is just because the egg's dirty. You stop that. Really? Stop it. So of course, I'm trying to get the egg away from her. She is trying to steal this egg, which you can see is not incubated at all yet. And that's the egg she's most interested in. And then there's this egg, which has a little bit right here. And you can kind of see a blood ring even there. So this one's probably about a week along. And this one's also, you can see it kind of floating around. But I don't really see a heartbeat or anything in it, but it is pretty swollen. So it looks like it's starting to incubate. Oh man, I smell squash bugs in here. They have been really bad this year. Okay, let's see, look at this one. Might see a little bit starting, but still it's pretty clear. So there's a big difference between those eggs Let me show you what I'm up against here. Ooh. So what's happening is these mamas are over here, and even if I can get under one, the other one is trying to get a hold of me. So I've established that 2 of these are like just a few days to a week along. 2 of them aren't doing anything, and 2 are quite far along. But because we've somehow gone from 12 to like 16 plus eggs, I'm really curious as to who else's eggs are like this and how many eggs today are there that weren't there yesterday, you know? But I can't really get under them because, of course, they're steadily, like, trying to bite and everything else. What is y'all's problem? Very protective. I'm just gonna put some of these eggs back, honestly. Really. You see what I mean by just all the eggs underneath them? And what happened was when I was trying to check this mama's eggs, girl in the back grabbed all the eggs and started pulling them underneath her. Now this little one over here, of course, she's waiting, you know, for me to get done so she can hop back over here. But some of these I'm not going to have a choice but to put back because those 4 are incubating. Some are way further along than others. But I'm guessing they're stealing each other's eggs is all I can think. I just give them all back the eggs. I'm not even sure how to mark these because I haven't seen them get up to eat or anything the last 2 days. They're very serious. This one mama's a little shy, so I'm trying to get out of her way to see if maybe she'll come back. Are you even big enough to have all those eggs? She's gonna fix the nest. I'm guessing my plan to come check these eggs and take the ones that aren't incubated well enough is not going to work. And I honestly have no idea exactly how many eggs are underneath them today because, like I said, I didn't see any eggs around the pen or coop at all. So I'm thinking that the girls that are still laying, which are 3 that are not broody, that should be old enough to lay, their eggs are probably in this nest. I don't know, because maybe because they're ducks, they're able to squeeze over here and still lay an egg in the close enough vicinity for the mamas to kind of pull them under them. That's what I'm thinking's happened. I also caught a duck, I wish I would have got it on camera, pushing an egg across the coop from where someone laid it and grabbing it into her nest a few days ago, which I thought was funny. It was more funny when there are only about a dozen eggs and not 3 hens hatching out all these eggs. And I feel like it's a knock on wood moment because it wasn't that long ago that I said we are absolutely not hatching out any more ducklings. I was kind of over it. We had what we needed, and I didn't want to get overwhelmed. And then my ducks decided to go broody during a week period where really we were only coming out here to feed and water and make sure everyone was alive. And that's just the honest truth because it was so rainy and so wet. I was just kind of running out here, making sure they were taken care of, and running back inside. Well, in that period, looks like everyone decided to go broody, and I just thought it was 1, and then I thought it was 2, and then I caught this 3rd mom over here trying to incubate their grown hens because she also was on the nest. And it looks like they're kind of dividing their nest up a little bit, but it's just wild. So I guess the question is how many eggs are underneath them, and at what point, usually, you know, man, I don't know. I'm thinking usually 1 hen is sitting on the nest, at max 2, and one will get up and go eat and you can check the eggs, or they'll both go at the same time. But with 3, it's really hard to, you know, find the nest empty when there are 3 moms to share the job. And it's so funny because I told my boys, hey, you know, the 3 hens are all sharing the nest, and Larry says, my oldest son, he says, that's why we call them the 3 musketeers, because They're inseparable. They do everything together. And it's true. They hatch together. We raise them together. And now they are sharing a nest together. All three of them. You want me out of your way, buddy? Or actually, I think you're a girl. Hi, sweet girl. Hi. All the geese are like, what's going on? Oh my gosh. So if you notice, I'm actually trying to get up right now. I wanted to show you all this during the day, but since I'm already out here, and I actually want to kind of see if the third mama will go back on the nest and how that's going to work. I don't know. I do know I actually have to put some shavings up in the rabbits' cages. It looks like they've kind of pushed most of them out, so do need to go ahead and do that while I'm out here too. Hi, Mama Duck. What are you doing? I've never seen a duck scratch like a dog. Here's your opportunity. They're so cute. They're shifting around on the nest. And see, she's steadily stealing eggs. It's like she wants to be the mama to every egg. And I know you see an egg out here, but I promise they will continually shift around until they have all of those eggs covered. It really is incredible that such small ducks can lay such big eggs. And then here's that little naked neck who's made home with the mama ducks. She just cuddles up with them. It's really funny. You need more food, Mama Duck? You have some food in there, but I guess it's not a lot, huh? That one duck is so greedy in the very back. She's just steadily trying to steal the other duck's eggs. So this is the issue I've been having, is like they've been fighting over the eggs nonstop. You still left an egg, kind of sticking out there. That mama is getting closer and closer, trying to. She's gonna see that other egg and probably roll it underneath her. And this third mama, a lot of the time she's sitting on nothing. Yep, see, I told you they get that egg. But actually, she rolled it underneath the other hen, which is really crazy. So, I guess if you're new to Welsh Harlequins and you're wondering if they'll go broody closer to summer, the answer is yes. It is the end of May, almost. I guess technically the middle of May, but, you know, getting close to the end. And they're growing broody. And the crazy thing is, I was hatching eggs from them in December and in January. And the youngest ducklings out here are only about 2 months old. I looked it up last night just to make sure. In the last video I posted of us hatching duck eggs was about 2 months ago. And so, yeah, they've just been hatching non-stop. I really do feel that our ducks will outlay chickens, because chickens, you know, you don't tend to get a lot of eggs from certain breeds, especially the breeds that are most heat tolerant down where I am during the winter, but these girls will steadily produce throughout the winter. And look, this mama wants some eggs now, so she's gonna go in and try to steal some eggs. It's just crazy how they all work. So they're pretty good into this process. I can break them be broody if I wanted to, which I really don't want to. I'm okay with them doing the work for me. I just really wasn't planning for them to go broody with summer approaching and me being so exhausted from hatching so many. when we started this year, our main flock only had four or five birds in it, and then I've steadily gotten rid of some birds and added or hatched birds. But currently, every bird that's in my flock right now, besides Quackers, who's been separated from the rest of the flock, is a bird that I've hatched. As far as the ducks go, I've hatched every duck out here. So all of these girls have been hatched. These two babies are dark Campbells. This girl's a khaki colored, and this one over here is half, I think she's actually 3/4 mallard and part, I'm sorry, 3/4 Welsh Harlequin and the other quarter mallard. Maybe a little more mallard, but she has the eye stripes and all that. You can definitely see the mallard features pretty pronounced. Dorian, why are you being cranky? Huh? What is it, buddy? They're all headed in the duck house. So you can tell it's getting about bedtime. They know to kind of go in. And let me show you real quick, even though it's dark, I'll do a better video during the daylight. So the pen looks drastically different. We don't have all of the containers around them. It's part of the reason why I've been so busy is we're actually trying to dry this out a little bit. It's a really wet area, and this pen's actually much smaller than it used to be. It used to go all the way back there. Those containers are. I started getting rid of some of the containers and reducing the space so that we can actually get around and fence in the entire backyard with this wire, which it starts off small on the bottom, like 2x3, and it slowly goes to 4x4. So that really helps because it makes it so that the ducks can't get out the bottom, which is the biggest issue when you have large 4x4 wire. And so back here is kind of the whole wooded area and mess, and our yard ends way over on the other side of that container right there. So you can see, like, we have quite a bit of space that's kind of grown over and has a lot of cut down trees or fallen down trees that we haven't been able to get to. So what I'm going to do is get some poultry netting, probably electric poultry netting, and place it around all of this, and then let the animals over there so that they can feed during the day and kind of knock it down. And then also what they can't knock down by smushing over and the geese eating the grass and things, then their manure will burn it, and that's going to help out a lot. So that's kind of why all this is much smaller than it used to be, because I'm really hoping that we can knock down a lot more of this grass and stuff and actually be able to use that side of our yard. Ultimately, where all of this open space is right here, I really want to make a high tunnel, but it's going to be a minute for sure. And then I brought all that rye seed to sow in here, but you can see it's so muddy still. So I'm hoping this will kind of dry it out some, at least start drying the back areas, and we'll see what we can do about getting cleared out and maybe sowing some really good fodder like rye. And then I have the turnip seeds for fall and winter, but it's always a rainy winter, and now it's been incredibly rainy spring. I'm hoping it's not in an extreme drought for summer, but also hoping that it's not this wet, because, well, I just don't want everything to be a muddy, nasty mess forever. And also I'd like to get some grass and stuff so the geese have something more to eat that's freshly sown. And, you know, manure mixing in with water is gross, to be really honest. It's kind of too wet to do anything with. And then here on the other side, you can see where I've separated. Oh, maybe can't see through all of this fencing. I've actually separated some of our drakes, and they are back on the other side of this fence. I used to be able to do it through a certain lookout window I had here, but since I've cut it off so much, I can't get to that area of the fence anymore to look into it as easily with the camera. So here are a couple of the drakes, and then you can see we got meat chickens recently, so that's something I definitely need to update you guys on too. But I just thought it'd be really cool to come out here and candle the eggs and see how many eggs there were. See, look at this craziness. They're just kaput. These three love their nest, and you can see what I mean. Baby chicken hanging out behind them. But they're not gonna let me candle these eggs, and I'm not fighting just one duck, I'm fighting three. So I guess when they start hatching in a couple weeks, we'll find out really quick how many we end up. Look at the little chicken. Another one over here. Well, I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm probably gonna give these guys some more water because it's hot and they're going through fresh water like you've never seen before. And then I'm gonna head inside for the night. So thank you guys for kind of hanging out with me and watching this silliness of these three girls and everything going on with our ducks.